the tempo of technology. The rhythm of the markets. The momentum of the working world. Your business magazine. Made in Germany. In 30 minutes on DW.
Like.
Learn German with DW. At any time, in any place. Using news, video novellas.
Ich habe eine Zusage für das Praktikum.
Songs to sing along to and download.
Sie ist der Komparativ vom Superlativ. Man sieht sie oft in ihrem Duden verteilt.
Our varied courses, full of interactive exercises, are available at dw.com/Deutschlernen, on Facebook or in the App Store. Learn German for free with DW.
Did you know that 77% of Africans are younger than 35?
That's me.
And me.
And you.
And you know what? It's time our voices were heard.
On the 77%, we talk about the issues that matter to you.
From politics to fashion.
From housing to homegrown talent.
This is where it's at.
Welcome to the 77%.
This weekend on DW.
This is DW News, live from Berlin. Britain's Prime Minister heads to the German capital to try to persuade Berlin to change the Brexit agreement and scrap the Irish backstop. But Germany suggests Boris Johnson's mission will be impossible, and here's one of the reasons why.
What I'm concerned about is that people will try to use a result from Brexit or a result from the border poll as an excuse to start another war.
People in Northern Ireland fear the Prime Minister's plans will spark a return to the violence of the past. Also on the programme, Italy plunges into uncertainty a day after the Prime Minister resigns. So will the country's far-right Interior Minister, Matteo Salvini, get the general election he wants? We'll look at the options facing a country in political turmoil. I'm Phil Gale. Welcome to the programme. Britain's Prime Minister is on his way to Berlin to try to persuade the German Chancellor to reopen Brexit negotiations. Boris Johnson is seeking the removal of the so-called backstop. This is the policy agreed between Mr Johnson's ousted predecessor and the EU to ensure that there'll be no hard border between Northern Ireland, which is in the UK, and the Irish Republic, which remains a member of the European Union. Mr Johnson claims the backstop would violate British sovereignty.
The existing agreement just doesn't work for the UK, and Parliament's thrown it out 3 times. We can't have this backstop. So I'm going to go to see our friends at Bottling, going off to Germany and then to France and then to see the G7 at Biarritz, and I'm going to make the point that the backstop's going to come out.
But EU leaders have already rejected Mr Johnson's demands, and Germany's Angela Merkel has challenged the UK to come up with an alternative to the backstop.
If we get a practical arrangement on how to preserve the Good Friday Agreement while still defining the borders of the European single market, we would no longer need the backstop. This means we will think about practical solutions. If you have the will to find solutions, you can do so quickly. The European Union is ready to do that. But we do not need to reopen the withdrawal agreement.
Well, let's join DW's chief political editor, Michaela Kufner, who is at the German Chancellery. Welcome, Michaela. Chancellor Merkel has ruled out renegotiating the withdrawal agreement. Boris Johnson insists the backstop has to go. So is there any point in the meeting?
Well, there is absolutely, because they haven't really met. It's the first time the British Prime Minister comes here, and they clearly have a big issue to debate. If there's anything Angela Merkel wants to make sure is that the EU remains stable, that it remains united, particularly on that issue of Brexit. And Germany still prefers a Brexit with a deal to preserve that very stability, with Germany, of course, bearing the brunt of the economic ripple effects that a no-deal Brexit would cause. At the same